y'all, we are back. You just never know when we gonna part on y'all. You just never know. Might be afternoon, might be evening. You never know. You dig?
Yeah,
but we out here.
They said they wanted a lunchtime special, so you know what I'm saying. We know y'all go to lunch. Y'all be eating and y'all be bored. So we're gonna give y'all some excitement while you have your favorite dish of choice on a Friday.
Why wouldn't we? And you know where you at. You have more than the title. This is episode 115. I'm your host as usual, Jarrett, Chief Revenue Officer at Outside the Box Digital. And you know I got my brother, my brethren, your favorite CEO, Chadeo. What's good, baby?
Hey, listen, in honor of our guest, who's an entrepreneur,
there you go.
I'm Brandon today. Bet on yourself. Hold on, let me show you.
Oh, love that.
Got the bet on yourself because she's betting on herself, and you know what I mean. We love that. So in honor of her, I'm Brandon today.
I ain't get the group. You know what I'm saying, Brownie?
I know how you love it when I brand. So I'm Brandon.
I brand everywhere. I don't want to brand so much. I'm trying to switch it up. But in that case, hold on. Since he's talking brand, he's talking brand.
We got to pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Begin, you can copy your merch right fucking now. You ain't gotta wait. You ain't gotta wait till an hour, a half an hour. You can scan the QR code right there. You get your courses, you get your mugs. Yep. What else is gonna keep your Henny cold for 2 hours with one ice cube, but you're more than a title cup?
That's the fact. Or like, you know what I drink? I drink the ginger tea. What else is gonna keep that tea hot? You know what I'm saying? For a 2-hour show, no problem. You know what I mean? Let's do it, baby.
I don't know other brand that do that, but shout out to y'all for copping the merchandise. Shout out for y'all for coming through, the growth, the followers, supporters, subscribers across every platform. We love y'all. We growing and glowing every week because of y'all. So we really appreciate us.
Hold on, I got one question. Should I also get popcorn for this show?
No, it's about to get crazy.
I got popcorn for yesterday's show. Was insane. I did Brownie.
The relationship show was crazy.
Popcorn because I had a bowl of popcorn yesterday. Do I need to get a bowl of popcorn? Is this gonna be a movie? Do I need to get the popcorn?
It feel like a movie.
Some popcorn.
Oh shit! You fucking up my thought.
Pop it up.
There you go.
Already. Real early with the popcorn. Very early.
We're gonna have to get to the shits. There's one more house cleaning item. Shout out to y'all distribution partners. Shout out to our Live Podcast Network, the first women-owned, black-owned podcast network in the world, y'all. Straight up, just if you want black content from content creators like more than the title, make sure y'all scan the QR code, download the app, and every time you pay or every time you subscribe, half of the money goes to the content creators themselves. So know the app is doing it like that. Shout out to Angel Levis, who's also nominated as Inc. 500's one of top business leaders in the U.S. So shout out to the boss lady, shout out to the queen. You dig?
And we talked about it on the show a couple days ago about men being intimidated by strong women. We call her boss lady because we don't care. She's a boss. That's what she is. We like it like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We like it like that.
That's something women have to deal with.
I like it like that. I ain't intimidated.
No, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to that. That's we done talked about it with some affluent women, and we've heard some interesting ass answers.
For this motherfucker.
This motherfucker.
Let's start the show.
To the shits. Let's give this queen a proper introduction. First of all, this queen's journey is nothing short of inspiring, right? From her beginnings as a model, event host, and a blogger to her rise as a multimedia journalist and tech executive based in New York City. She co-founded the urban news site MediaInTheHood.com, where she honed her journalism skills and interviewed some of the biggest names in entertainment. But it didn't stop there. She ventured in the podcasting world with her own show, Party Time with Brownie, before founding Life Entertainment News in 2020. And then after that, she saw a gap in the dating app industry and decided to her groundbreaking app, Fox Hunters Club, designed for non-sugar babies seeking genuine relationships with older men. This app is breaking boundaries and making waves in the dating scene. So let's introduce this queen, CEO and founder of Fox Hunters Club, Brownie Marie.
Thank you. That was dope. Best intro I've ever received.
Oh, appreciate you, queen.
That's
appreciate
it.
Best intro I've ever received. Thank you.
Congratulations, queen. Welcome to the show.
Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we love it. I'm like, where did we start? Did we start with the app? Did we start at the beginning? I want to know where the sugar baby shit came from. I want to know everything.
You said the sugar baby shit, right off the bat. I'm gonna let you start.
No, let's start. Let's start with that. What gave you the idea to start Fox Hunters Club with that specific niche?
Yes. So older men have always been my preference, like forever. To my parents' dismay, that's always been my preference. And I've been preaching this to my friends and family members forever about the way that you're treated, the way that they act, the maturity level, the confidence. And this is even when I was younger, just the men my own age never felt like they were on my level at all. So some people were on board. A lot of people weren't. But that didn't stop me from what I was interested in. So during pandemic, I was single again. I was bored. I decided to start a new business. That's when I started Life Entertainment News, which is an entertainment lifestyle news site. And I wanted to start another business. Wasn't sure what that was going to be. I actually was looking at brick and mortar businesses, like buying a laundromat or something like that. But I also got back on dating apps, and I was not having a lot of luck. First of all, it was so skewed younger. Like the average age on Hinge is like 25. So even though you might put in your preferences, I want someone between this age and that, it's going to be slim pickings because most of the people on there are in their 20s or their early 30s. That's really who those mainstream apps are made for. Talking about OkCupid, Hinge, The League, Plenty of Fish. All of these are owned by the same company, by the way, the Match Group. And then you have Bumble, which is owned, independently. But I was like, what's going on here? I'm looking for a certain type of man. And so once you get through the age, okay, am I attracted to him? Am I interested in his bio? Is he looking for a relationship? Because on these apps, you can put, I'm just looking to hang out. I'm looking for something casual. I'm looking to hook up. You can put all these. So now I got to filter through that because the algorithm doesn't match you on what you're looking for.
Damn, you can put that?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. You can choose. They've actually expanded the list, I think, on Bumble recently to even more things you could be looking for. It's like, come on, man. I'm on a dating app for one reason. I'm not on here to find a platonic friend, but that's just me. So I Googled.
I tried to off the back. You get the baby for that. But I got a question right off the back. You said that you've always liked older men to your parents' dismay. So let's go to that. Who's older, your mother or your father?
They're the same age.
No, somebody has to be older. They can't be.
My dad's older by like 6 months.
Okay, then he's older. So technically, then your mother still dated an older guy.
Sure, not really. If you're like older less than, if you're 5 years older than your mate, he's older. That's not significant. Someone 10 years older, that's significant. But a couple years older than you, I don't consider that an older man.
But here's the thing. It is though, because scientifically, they say women mature faster than men. So it's not just your preference thing. It's a majority of women at whatever age level, once they become interested in a man, they want somebody older because mentally, like you said, the people on your level are not the same.
Right. So let me qualify. Yes. Women in general want someone older because we are more mature than men our own age. But I'm talking about significant age gap. So my app is for age gap dating. And right now, the only other age gap sites are sugar baby sites.
Okay.
That's literally the only thing that's out there. So if you aren't trying to be a sugar baby or a sugar daddy, there's no age gap site for you. Fox Club is the first to do that.
I got the daddy. I ain't got no sugar.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out all the young brothers tuned in like shit.
I got the daddy part down pack. Ain't no sugar over here. Ain't no sugar. No sugar.
Right. I'm really targeting millennial women, specifically millennial women 30 and up. And I'm targeting Gen X and older men. So really men like 45 and up. So that's the kind of gap I'm talking about.
Okay, so I do got a question right off the back, right? Because that's a very niche market, right? And you were saying that a lot of these bigger apps, like the Bumbles and all that, they have a very specific demographic, not necessarily older men. So how do you differentiate your brand? How did you market to get those users on your app? Like what's been the best or most effective strategy?
Really targeting millennial women is the key because there's so many millennial females that are still single, who are out here. They've tried everything. They've paid matchmakers. They've gone on all the mainstream sites. They've gone on the speed dating, everything. And they are still single, but they don't want to be. So this generation, my generation of millennial women is key. They're wanting this. They're asking me for it. I'm only launched in New York City and New Jersey. They're asking me for it across the country. I had a woman in Africa email me the other day. Like, when you coming over here? I said, girl, I'm on the way. But you gotta hold on. You gotta hold on because Africa's gonna be a while off.
Shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Maybe because I'm older and I grew up in a time where social skills were so important. I'm just like, how the fuck are you not
We
like,
pull up, shoot. He's a shooter.
Yeah, like
He's a sniper / shooter.
Somebody to talk to. Are you a mute? Like, get your ass out there and learn how to start talking to people and be personable. And like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can understand when you get to a certain level of success, right? You want a person that truly values you, not for your economic bring, right? But for who you are as a person. So I can understand that a lot of successful people that spend a lot of time at work and developing companies, they're single, and I can understand that. But for the average person, again, I just find it hard to believe. It's like, how much are you really dedicated to getting out there, meeting people?
That's
are
part
you
of it.
coming outside your comfort zone? Are you actually going out to places to meet people of a certain caliber? Or are you expecting to meet everybody in the fucking club or a lounge party? Or you understand?
Message.
What are we talking about over here?
I agree. And that's the message I have for my single friends. They aren't. When I was single, I was very much dedicated. Like, oh no, this ain't working for me. I'm getting out the house. Working from home is easy for me to just stay home. I forced myself out. I forced myself to networking events, different venues, certain places where I knew the type of man I wanted might be. I was very deliberate about that. I called it hunting, hence Fox Hunters Club. My girl's like, what you up to? I'm hunting. I'm out. You message. So I was very deliberate. A lot of people aren't.
Very intentional. I like it. I love it.
Actually, my girl calls me the sniper. Oh, so it's funny that comment popped up.
Yeah, it is.
That was literally what I was on. A lot of people aren't that aggressive about it, especially women. So the message is like, you need to get on it. And that's part of what I'm preaching. That hopefully I'm gonna have in-person events, brown bags with the ladies specifically, where I'm delivering this message. You can't just sit back and wait like someone's just going to come to you. That's something like the older folks used to preach to us. Oh, if you want something, it'll just come to you. You don't want to be thirsty as a woman. You don't want to go to him. You don't want to be putting yourself out there. The Lord will just deliver him into your lap. Nah. We always
that's what happens. You end up getting that. You don't get the good mic.
I never seen Amazon offer that service, and right now the delivery lord is Amazon.
Exactly. I remember my mother telling me, "Oh, you can meet him at the grocery store." Or I did meet one of my exes at the grocery store. That was one ex out of like how many? And thank God he was attractive, and thank God he was successful. You know what I'm saying? Women get approached all the time. But is it the man that you want? Is it someone you're looking for? You have to put yourself in those spaces and be deliberate about it. So that's also.
You're right. You're right.
I love that little baby.
When you're right, you're right.
But yeah, it's easy for the men to get on. As far as your question, like how do you get, people out of the mainstream sites onto Fox Hunters Club? It's easy. I mean, men were the first to sign up. I was like on these shows and podcasts, and they'd be like, women, I need more women, because every dating site has more men than women. So the men it's easy. But just another spot for them to try to cast the net. But the women, I'm delivering this message, and they're like, you know what? I do want someone who's going to treat me the way I want, who's mature, who's confident, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I should try something older. A lot of these women haven't. So,
but I'm going to be honest with you. I need a feature on that app that says no catfish. Because I'm being honest with you. Like, for men, men date for beauty. Women date for economic stability, like that. Like you tell. I'm just being honest. We talked about it. You be like, oh baby, I look like Janet Jackson. I meet you, you look like Freddie Jackson. Like, come on, like you know what I'm saying. Men don't really do too much makeup. Like what you kind of see is what you kind of get. But women, Jesus Christ, between the wigs and the makeup, I call it witchcraft. But that fucking makeup game will transform you. Like you literally like your profile pic. So I think a lot of men, that would go on this site is kind of like leery and weary. Like, how do I know you are what you're presenting yourself as? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have anything that kind of like helps the guys out? Like, authenticity?
Nah, I got nothing. So what I am building.
Exactly. At least she was honest. She said, "Nah, I got nothing.
I got nothing. I got nothing for you." I don't have like the bot detection features. I haven't built that yet. I will implement that when I put some more money into this app. Right. Also, we got audio, video calling coming soon. So you don't have to get off the app to do the video call. So that would be a positive thing. But that's not something that is on the app right now.
But
Right now,
talk,
it's just like swiping, matching, and
So it's
chatting.
version one.
But
So it's version one of the app.
yeah,
exactly.
but let's talk about that, right? What goes into that, right? If somebody wants to create an app, what was the process to get it, to figure out, because it's a lot. People who don't know it, to figure out the user design, the this, that, what you want the experience of that to be, the interactivity within your design, all that shit, the swipe left, swipe right. Do you want to do something unique? Do you want to do what's already working? So it's a lot of things you got to consider when building this shit. So I really would love for you to break that shit down for people.
Oh man, so much work.
Yeah.
So much work. Now, luckily, I had been on various dating apps for years already. So I'm looking at what other folks' features are, things that I like, things I wish that they had. One of the things I honed in on was the algorithm, how I matched. I called out before that on these other sites, they're only matching you on age, your gender, what gender you're looking for, and your distance. So everything else is like a nice to have when you read through the bio, but you're not being matched on those parameters. So one of the things I honed in on specifically was, okay, I don't want to be matched with someone. I like their pictures. I like what they're saying. And then I get down and says, I'm just looking to hang out. I just wasted time, swipe, done. On my app, for example, it's only for folks on top of the age gap. It's only for folks who are looking for a serious relationship. So if you like older men, but you're only trying to have a friend or have like a hookup buddy, a friend with benefits, that's not what Fox Hunters Club is for. Same thing with the men's side. You're just trying to get some younger girls so you can have more chicks to sleep with. That is not the point of my app at all. There is no option to select what you're looking for. So I had to go through, just literally everything. Do I want to have on there, what body type do you have? Is that something that matters? Do I want to have your ethnicity on there? Do I want people to just kind of guess what you are? Like every single thing that you see on the profile is intentional. Everything, and it's still a work in progress.
No, you taking them to school.
I do think some of those things matter because
Everything does.
time is money. And if you're creating a niche app for a niche audience, then I think they would love to get in and kind of get directly to what they're actually looking for instead of having to go through a wave of things that they're not interested in. Because again, people's attention span is very small. So you want them to feel value. Like I can get in this thing, kind of filter out what I'm looking for, and it shows me kind of almost exactly kind of what I'm looking for, and then I can go from there. So I think some type of filters are necessary because people like what they like, right? I'm not being funny, but why waste somebody's time? We had a guy on the show yesterday, Chad Scott, right? Relationship expert, said he dated a woman, but he didn't want to date her because her preference was light-skinned guys. It's nothing wrong with that, but he's like, I'm dark-skinned. I know you like the idea of me, but you like light-skinned guys. So they dated. It didn't really work out. And then she got with a light-skinned guy. He's like, see, I told you. Like I told you. Like, why waste the time? You know what I mean?
She was trying something different. It wasn't working with the light-skinned guy. She said, let me try a dark-skinned one.
But again, if you like what you like and that's kind of like your thing, then my thing is like, why waste anybody else's time, right?
Agree. Know what you want, know what you don't want. That's something that's in my marketing materials, etc. That's also why I'm not targeting 20-somethings at all, even though there might be 20-something women looking for someone older. And maybe those women aren't all gold diggers or trying to be sugar babies. But I don't even want to open the door for that.
Got it.
So they can sign up, but that's definitely not what the marketing is for. That's not what my target is, because I want people who know what they want and can communicate that.
Right.
Message.
One question now. So let's say I'm a new user. I'm signing up, right? So you have a barrier, like almost like, when you go to like sites that sell liquor, you have to put in like a birthday to automatically unlock. Like, how do you know if somebody's actually telling the truth about their age, right? Do you require them to like upload some type of form of ID to prove that they're the age that they are? Like, how does the verification process work?
No, it's no age verification. It's similar to the other mainstream apps. You don't have to upload an ID. A lot of folks on the mainstream apps, well, just dating in general, don't really want their real personality, their real imagery out there on the internet. We tell people, use a picture that you don't have on Facebook, that you don't have on Instagram. Because I can take that image, I can do a reverse image search, and now I know exactly who you are. I can probably find where you work, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of people put like a fake name, a nickname, an alias, something like that. So there are some sites that there is a push for this right now, actually, in the industry. There are some sites that are very much about verification. Like, you have to have your real name. You have to have the ID with the selfie and all of that. so that the users on that site know, okay, everyone on here is 100% legit. That would turn a lot of people off, as you can imagine. Me, for example, this ain't LinkedIn. I don't need you to know my real first and last name. You don't need to see, pictures that are going to reverse image search and be able to find out where I work or who my friends are. I don't want that personally as a user. And most of the sites aren't doing that. So I'm more so following what I want and also what is more so on trend. The sites with the selfie verification, the ID uploads are more like niche. Like they're looking for folks who want that, who only want real folks.
I was gonna say, but when you talk about sugar daddy specifically, right? Isn't that how do you wouldn't somebody, if I'm a 45-year-old man, 50-year-old man, I'm affluent, I'm looking for a younger woman to build with, right? So like, I'm just curious, why did you even use the term sugar daddy, right? Like, because when I want to know who the hell you are, what you're about, I want you to be verified if I'm trying to give you my bag, right? I'm a sugar daddy. I'm looking for somebody to invest in. So I need to know more about you than just the regular filter.
I agree. My site is not for sugar daddies. So that's the whole idea.
Oh, it's for sugar
baby.
baby.
Anti-sugar baby. It's anti-sugar daddy.
Got it. Okay.
Age gap dating, non-transactional, serious committed relationships. So if it was a sugar daddy site, I would say, what's your income? And I'd verify the income.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'd have the women upload real pictures so that the men know that they're not being catfished. That's what I would do if I was going to start a sugar baby site.
And then I'm thinking, honestly, Brownie, with everything, we're avid for our culture. Be clear, right? We're for our culture. Our main concern for our women right now is safety, the safety of women, right?
Message.
If you're not verifying anything, that means it goes both ways. You're not verifying the female, but you're also not verifying the male, right? So when we're talking safety, if I can kind of upload a picture, you don't know if it's really me or not. Like I could have uploaded a picture of Jarrett and then be like, yeah, this is me. You understand what I'm saying? Use the kind of funny name. If something goes wrong safety-wise, now, how do you find out who that user was for safety purposes? If something goes wrong to now try to figure out who did, how does that work now, safety-wise?
So this is what apps are doing. And God forbid something, awful happens. But things do happen. We got some high-profile cases on Tinder and things like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Some horrible cases. Right. So the first thing that I do, first off and foremost, is the phone number verification. And that would information, so folks know this is our terms and conditions. That type of information has to be passed on to authorities. Whatever they put in as far as email, phone, the pictures, whatever chats they had, everything would absolutely have to go over to the authorities. So folks have to know that. That's in our terms. I'm sure people assume that on every social network, etc. The second thing is I have an article out on the website. It's also in my messaging. It's also going to be integrated into the app. Don't meet up with folks. Don't give out personal information. It's also like an anti-scamming kind of message that's going on. These are things that people should already know if you're online dating or if you're just on the web in general, but you still have to say it. Don't give out your real name until you feel comfortable. Don't give out your phone number until you feel comfortable. Don't tell folks where you live. Don't give out any personal information. If someone wants to meet you, meet them in public. These are things that you would think folks should know. Online dating's been a thing for at least, 25, 30 years now?
Easily, yep.
But you still have to have the messaging in there. As far as what is built in, I'm not verifying folks' identity. You don't need to upload your driver's license to come on my app. I'm not doing a selfie verification. I'm not doing any of that. If you see someone you think is a bot, you can report them to me right in the app. You can block them. This is stuff that's live right now. You can report specific photos and block on a photo basis as well. All that information comes directly to me. So that's what the user can do on their side. Other than that, please be smart. And if something goes down and I find out, I'm turning everything over. So that's what it is.
Shit. We get a double. I like it.
Seriously, we have to take that portion. We have to take that portion seriously because I'm being honest. Like I'm sick and tired of seeing our women just get violated. I'm just sick and tired of seeing it. You understand what I'm saying? Sure. And I'm even more sick and tired of seeing the people that are violating them get away with doing it. because what that does is it creates a culture where shit, he did it, he got away with it. Shit, you understand? Anybody that's sick, that's like-minded in that, they be like, well, he didn't get caught and they didn't. Shit, I'm gonna do it too. It promotes that type of behavior. So, for me, man, I would think just trying to safeguard not to say that it doesn't happen to men, because some men do get like there are women that out there that violate God. It's just not so commonplace, right? The woman more so becomes the victim. And I would think like, safety has to be paramount with creating something like this because of the legal aspect now of how does this now, if something happens on your act legally, right? Legally, could this thing come back to you and say you didn't do enough to protect your users, right? Do you have any language in your contracts or your terms and condition that protects you legally against something like this?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I'm coming straight from the giants in the game, which are the Match Group, which I said they own probably 99% of the dating apps that you've heard of. I'm going straight from their guidelines. Gotcha. It's specifically in there. I am not responsible for anything that's said on this app. Of course, I have terms saying you can't harass someone.
Absolutely.
You can't abuse someone. You can't use racist, blah, blah. So all of that is in there. But then it also says, I am not responsible for what someone says or does on this app. Please report, block, etc. They will be banned. But that is not on Brownie Marie LLC.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I do want to know too, how long did it take you to build the app, and what kind of, you don't have to tell us a specific number, but what level of investment does it take to build an app successfully?
At minimum 10K, just to answer that very quickly. It took me about 4 years. I could have launched last year, to be honest.
Okay.
But I'm a perfectionist. I was not comfortable just putting things out. People were saying, if you're not embarrassed by your app, you've launched too late. I went to a dating industry conference in March, and that was the message over and over again. Launch now. Do it now. If you're not embarrassed by the way your app looks or functions, something about it, you waited too long to launch. And I'm like, well, I'm definitely not embarrassed about my app. I'm proud. I'm very, very proud of it. I could have launched last year, but it took me 4 years all in all, from the time of the concept to actually going live April 24th.
And I commend that, right? To go through a journey for 4 years without monetizing going to yet, seeing a journey through like that. Like, what was, from them 4 years, what was the biggest obstacle you faced at that time? Was there a moment you was about to like, I'm tired of this shit, I'm out of here? What was those moments like? Let's keep it real.
100 times.
Let's do it.
100 times. Like, why did I do this? I should have just bought that laundromat and just like, what am I doing? Because I don't know how to code, right? I'm not a software engineer.
Yeah.
So something that I want to fix or change or build, I have to rely on someone else. I have a dev shop overseas that I'm using, and I have to message them, harass them. But they're on their time, whatever. So that's been the most frustrating part, that I can't control every aspect of it. So that is what really had me thinking at times, like, man, was this the right decision? Whereas Life Entertainment News, my news website, I've been a journalist for over 10 years. I know how to write. I know how to build websites. I know how to get things fixed quickly, even in like the HTML, just on like a WordPress site. I can do that. Yeah. But when it comes to like Android, iOS development, maybe I should do a boot camp. Maybe I should just take 6 weeks and do a coding boot camp, just so I can be able to just fix small bugs and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't have the time or the interest in doing that right now.
You can do it. It's worth it. It's going to give you ROI for sure. And plus, please let us know off camera. I need to know what that shop is, because we might have to develop a more than a title app. Because what I would love to do is have a house program where we give exclusive content without having to go to anybody else, going direct to consumer.
Dope. I have someone else too that hit me up, like, if you know anyone else trying to develop, and he has some good credentials. So yeah, pass it over.
I would love that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
How about so when we're talking about the development of applications, a lot of people launch in what's called beta mode, like a test mode, right? It's very important. No, you can't check all the boxes, because even though you're the person creating it, it's more of the user experience, right? So my question to you is, now that if your app is not launched in a beta mode, is there a place where the current users can like kind of communicate with you the things that they would like to see in the app that you don't have, or communicate to you their experience with using the app so far, so that you can use that information to develop the 2.0 version of the app?
Yeah, and please do reach out to me, users that are listening. It's me. If you email info@foxhuntersclub.com, that's me that's answering you. You can always reach out to me on socials. It's Fox Hunters Club on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's Brownie Marie on Instagram, MZ_Brownie on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook, Brownie Marie also. Please feel free to reach out. As far as in-app, there isn't a communication feature to reach me.
Okay.
You can see our terms and privacy policy and get to like the contact me section, get you to the email.
Okay.
But folks I've noticed have been going to my website, foxhuntersclub.com, and they've been using that contact form on there to reach out to me. But yeah, I encourage that, please.
Fine. How are you documenting? Did you document the process of you creating the app? Or are you documenting your journey now?
So what I have are, yes,
Okay.
I have everything from my initial idea of what I wanted, because I couldn't build all the features that I wanted. There was a limitation, for example, on how many profile fields I could have. So some things I had to narrow down. Okay, what's most important to me and my audience?
Yeah.
Things like that. But I have the OG version of what I actually wanted if I could just do a perfect app. I have all of even the scribble drawings, because I'm not an artist, but I drew my logo. Logo came out dope, by the way.
Let's get it.
Rohit that actually designed the logo, got that trademarked. It is awesome. Great job. My scribble drawing, I still have all of that stuff. So my friend actually, I spoke to him last night, said, "You're gonna write a book one day?" I said, "Probably a few books."
As you should document the entire process. Something also, I know a guy's name. We had him on the show. I'm caught a blank right now, but he's the CEO of Hello Woofy, right? What he did to develop his app and build his platform, he actually did a crowdsourcing thing where he actually allowed the users of the platform to give direct feedback and also give money to exchange for equity. So what it shows is the growth. They're growing with you, right? So as they're having success stories, as they're having better experiences on your app, right? They're totally invested into it, and they become your marketing tool, and they become the source, right? And you build that community. And once you have that major community, then the possibilities are boundless. So, so something like that, just putting that in your ear. Something he said to me, I was like, God damn, that's
Arjan.
Arjan. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I didn't want to mess up his name, but Arjan, shout out to my guy.
Arjan Rai.
Shout out to my guy, man. We could definitely plug you if you want to, talk to him one day too, for sure.
Sure, I'm all about networking, all about connections.
Nah, good dude. Yep.
So now also, feedback is everything, right? Because word of mouth is kind of everything, right? On your website, okay, there's a contact me form. Is there a place for now your users to actually post real live feedback of how, like a success story on the app and things of that nature? Is there a place for them to say, hey, love the app, this was my experience? Because when you shop now, right, like on Amazon or anything, what most people do now is look at the reviews first, right? Look at the reviews. Let me see what other people are saying about this, so I can, one, know it's real, know the quality, et cetera, et cetera. Is there a place for your users to do that? Either on the website.
That would be the App Store, and that would be the Google Play Store. Whenever you download an app, you probably get those pop-ups. Hey, are you enjoying Facebook? Leave a review. It's the same type of thing. You can please, if you're having a positive experience, you can please go onto the App Store or Google Play Store and leave me a 5-star review. If you're having a not so positive experience, just email me. Just email me, and I'll try to work it out for you.
Well, shit, with that, that's a good segue. What advice would you give the App Store, Google Play, right? Those are big app centers, right? And it's like YouTube, right? Us posting this content, there's millions and millions and millions upon videos. So how do you differentiate yourself to get new subscribers? What's been the most effective?
So I haven't done any type of ads running into like the App Store or whatever so that I can come up higher. You really just have to search Fox Hunters Club in order for the app to come up.
Yeah.
Right now, my focus has been, and this is just me by myself. Like there's not a team. It's not, a group of folks behind me. I don't have a publisher, etc. Right now, it's been the podcasts I've been on and the interviews I've done in publications. I had an Essence magazine interview come out this week, which has been, the same day I saw the downloads just spike, and people emailing me and reaching out, interviewers reaching out to me just right away. I got like 2 more postings just as I've been talking to y'all.
Right.
Just from that Essence interview. So I've been very intentional about who I'm reaching out to for podcasts or outlets. I don't just want to be on anyone's station or channel. I got some other big dope interviews come up next week. Y'all will see. Pay attention to the socials. Everything's going to be on there. But so far, that has been the biggest tick for me. Knowing what my audience listens to, what they're into, and then reaching them there. And it's just been spreading.
That's fine. Shout out to Essence, but you are more than a title, baby. We on the show. You seen her first. You seen Brownie first here. You did.
Who did the intro?
Oh, we did. That's our song. That's actually our song. Yeah, we actually we do music, so we did everything: the songs, the editing. We picked the beat. We own the beat. All that. Right?
You just gotta understand. Sometimes Brownie, he's out of control. Sometimes.
But that was a good fucking segue.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying
you know what I mean?
Come on,
dance break.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
What the is wrong with this guy? Am I getting me or what?
Hated on my Snoop. My Snoop Bob Braille, son.
Now, you know, so when we talk about tech, right? There's not a lot of women tech developers that come out with their own app, right? So I want to congratulate you on that, because it's not a space filled with a lot of entrepreneurial women, right? And we talk about the difficulty of not only building the app, but my next question would be like VCs, right? What's the difficulty like finding an investor, right? When you do your business plan and you come up with everything, right? What was your difficulty like that, finding some type of an investment so that you don't have to fund this thing on your own? Or has anybody reached out to you since you've launched the app and say, hey, we would love to partner with this app and possibly, invest in it?
There have, even before launch, folks are reaching out. I have never solicited investors. I'm not interested in investors right now. I'm not interested in chopping up equity right now. In the future, I may consider it. Thankfully, there's so much as far as resources in that space for Black folks and for Black women. There's so many resources carved out specifically to get VCs interested, to get in those meetings and on those calls. Even you mentioned crowdsourcing. There's a network of folks. They're just pooling money, making sure they keep it in the Black community, making sure that Black entrepreneurs only have access to it. There's a lot of grants and things like that that are also available. But me, myself, working in tech, as far as my day job, I've worked in tech for the past maybe 10 years, as you mentioned in the intro. I've been the only Black person at the company many times. I've been the only woman. I've been the youngest by 20 years at the company. So it's just so much racism, sexism, ageism, all the isms that you can think of. I've gone to HR on people. I've had, the whole nine, like,
Hated it.
Message.
I love the cutaways. So, I'm used to that. I went to I mentioned a dating conference that I attended, dating industry conference back in March. I think there was one other Black girl there, and there was one Black guy, and we were the three.
Wow.
I went to a women in dating conference. I was the only Black woman there. So, this is just something that is the industry. So you make sure that you represent, you make sure that you're confident, you have your ducks in a row. People love the idea, and that's something else that encouraged me even before launch. Every single person I spoke to, you could see the light in their eyes, like, oh, and it's not a sugar. Oh, and these are people who are vets in the game. So I knew I had something. But yeah, to your question, right now, I'm not looking for investors, but those that are, there's a lot of resources. You don't have to be intimidated by it, especially if you're a female. There's a lot of specifically just women VCs that are looking for you. Hit me up if anyone wants some specific resources. I'll send them.
We're gonna get with Brownie Marie after the show, because this show is all Brownie. Just so you understand, right? Our motto is impact over metrics, right? So that type of information is crucial for our community, for the development of other people that might be looking to do something similar to what you're doing. So we're going to get with Brownie Marie after the show, and we're going to try to get as much information that she's going to give us, and we're going to disseminate that to the people, because, information is key, Brownie, right? Knowing where to go, knowing who to talk to, and things of that nature can save people so much time and so much wasted resources. And ultimately, right, depending on your drive and your resources to get this thing moving, it could actually be determination of like, I can't do it because I don't have the resources to help me move past a certain level. So, we definitely from you and disseminate that to the crowd.
But I just commend the bet on yourself. And that's another one of our logos, like bet on yourself, right? That's our company. There you go. Bet on yourself, right? The fact that you said you wouldn't crowdsource, the fact that you're not looking to take equity and things like that, right? Is like you already see a valuation in your head. And that's going to be a hard thing too when you get to that point, right? How are you going to evaluate your company? You're going to evaluate it based on the subscribers, the net revenue. Are there any strategic partnerships you're looking for right now? And also, like my question would be too, what if the Match Group hollered at you?
I would love that.
That's what I'm saying.
We can certainly talk.
You know what I'm saying?
But I do have an idea, as you said, of value. And also what I want. Like I'm not even going to talk about it right now, but I very much have a vision for what I want and for what the end game would be.
I would love that. Just personally, what does your mountaintop look like?
I don't even want to share right now.
Come on, bro.
That's something that it don't gotta be specific. But we do like to, you know what I'm saying? Like we're all grinding, we're fucking on this journey to get to that motherfucking mountaintop, whatever it looks like, right? So just even to put it out there, I'm a big affirmation guy. You got to say it, believe it, see it, touch it. You know what I'm saying? So we do that to say, yo, from 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when you're actually doing that shit, we're going to have that clip up for you. Ready, Brownie. So I would love that. So just whatever it is, ain't got to be like the big
generalization.
Yeah.
In general, I would be interested in the acquisition. I'll put it that way.
Let's do it.
She's a businesswoman. You know,
fucking happen.
The baseline of what business is start a company, grow a company, sell a company,
absolutely,
start all over again. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really the baseline of any business. So I could definitely understand that. What about so if you're not willing to offer up any equity, which is fine, what about sponsorships? Has anybody reached out to you as far as sponsorships? Are you willing to entertain that type of idea? Let's say Essence said after the interview, hey, we love what you're doing. We love to, sponsor something. How does that work? Are you entertaining that idea?
Yes, I've had folks reach out to me about events specifically,
right?
Because I'm going to be having a lot of in-person events. That's launch party, obviously for New York. Party Girl Brownie, I have to do the launch party up.
That was my next question. In person. I'm
excited about it.
Right.
And of course, as I expand to other cities, hosting different events and whatnot. But I definitely want to have, as I spoke about earlier, brown bags and workshops, have like-minded folks coming into the same room, having conversations like this. I want to have the women-only conversations as well that are so important. Just things that I've been talking about as I've been promoting Fox Hunters Club. People aren't aware even that this dynamic can exist, that you can be in an age gap relationship and there's no money being exchanged. Like, doesn't even occur to people. So it's really just opening up folks' minds in a different way. Also about power dynamics in relationships. People have a lot of stigmas, and I've been pushing up against folks' biases time and time again as I've been promoting the app, where people just assume what you're looking for and assume what you're interested in someone to get. I'm just pushing up against all of that. So I want to have more of those conversations. And I've had folks reach out about working with me on events, about sponsoring events. Has to be aligned with the brand, of course, but I'm definitely open to that. Saves me some money, when I got the sponsors on board.
Also ads, right? When you but the question would be, if you sell ads, how do you create still a great experience and not have it too intrusive, right? Because you want you gotta have that. Like, how do you swipe it and motherfucker have something else like a Coca-Cola ad or something like that, or have some pre-roll?
It gotta make sense.
No, but that's how you have to monetize this thing, right? You have to do that.
Yeah.
So well, I would also say your biggest advantage is your first party data, which right? Your first party data. And also I would even try to see if you can get a user who really loves your app right now, get connected with them, film a fucking date.
Yeah.
That would be fire. Like now a reality kind of thing of Fox Hunter, right? You could just call it a show and make it a thing where it's like, yo, a Fox Hunter date. This is what it looks like, right? Get a sponsor to come on board, a restaurant. They're going to get a free meal. You're going to see the conversation, edit that thing up. And then that's your lead gen system right there. Make that shit your advantage. Like, I'm not sure if you're doing it already, but I can see that for you. And I can see it, especially for our culture, especially how big reality TV is. You could kill that shit.
Absolutely. And it's on the roadmap, all of these things. I even have someone reached out to me. She's a dating coach. She'll look at your profile and tell you what you should change or put on there or not. She'll talk. She's also like a life coach. So even outside of your dating app profile, she'll just talk about what's going on in your life. Maybe while you come off as not open to dating, maybe when you're out, maybe you're nervous, maybe you're intimidated, etc. She works with folks. So that's other things I'm gonna be partnering with. I'll be offering services to my members for free or discounted. Also plugging in, as you said, restaurants, bars. I love cigar lounges. So I got to hit up my cigar folks. Shout out to all my Black-owned cigar folks in Jersey specifically. All of those. I have a lot of celebrity friends from my journalism days. They're going to have all of their golf outings. They're starting to come up now, and it's going to run all through the summer. So hitting up those as far as sponsorships and hosting, it's going to be a lot. And then that's just New York.
Yeah,
So
speaking
we
of
got
that,
to go to the next one and the next one.
do you have any celebrity users?
Excuse me?
Celebrity users yet? Any like endorsers?
I haven't seen any. I should, like, if they are, they haven't told me. I've had some say, oh, I'm going to sign up, but I don't know. But I haven't like gone through to see if they have. But I have enough single celebrity friends that if they don't come on the app, they should be coming to my parties, or I'm gonna have a problem with them.
I'm coming to the party.
What I was thinking about too, and I don't know if you have this integrated. How about a video aspect to your app where somebody could actually, instead of just uploading a video, instead of just uploading a photo and like a bio, this is what I like, blah, blah, blah. Could there be a spot with for like a small 30-second video where somebody could come on and say, hey, I'm so-and-so, da, 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 da. And then I think, that would you get to see somebody's personality, right?
Yeah.
The photo is cool, reading the bio is cool, but when you get to see somebody actually move and hear the way they speak and the way they carry themselves, I think that would carry a long way.
She's going to have the call feature though. That's going to be game over.
No. I'm just saying.
Even before the call, yeah.
No, I'm just saying before the call, right? Like maybe if you
Right
could just like you can't do a bunch of videos, but maybe you could upload like a 30-second introduction video of yourself and kind of go through what your likes and your dislikes are. Did you think about that? Is that a feature that you actually have on it?
It's not on the app right now. Did think about it. I actually also thought about the audio feature, and that was on an early version of the app and got removed. But yeah, that's definitely on the roadmap. I would love to have that in advance. Even before you match with someone, you can just see that quick clip. It also verifies what they look like. I know AI is doing a lot right now, but it's better than nothing.
No, that's what I'm saying, right?
What we got.
Again, we're talking about like ways to make somebody feel comfortable that they're actually talking to the person that they're perceiving that they're talking to. Not to say, again, people won't use AI, but I think that would add a layer of security to be like, okay, this person actually really looks like this, right? Yeah. And this is how they speak. And I think that can make a person more interested very quickly when they get to see you and hear you and be like, oh, I think because sometimes, like, it's the difference between reading a text, right? Have you ever sent a text and the person can't tell your emotion through a text?
Sure.
And they misconstrue the text, and it might even cause an argument. I wasn't even talking like that. Then you get on the phone and call me on the phone. And then everything's straightened out because, again, right, you can't see somebody's emotion. You can't hear somebody's passion through just words on a page, right?
Sure.
But when you see them talk and you hear them speak and things of that nature, it can kind of relay the message better. So that's why I was just thinking, like, I think that would be dope. I know video, when it comes to now housing this program, if you're going to allow videos and as your users grow now, the storage and the bandwidth that you would actually have to carry to make sure that the videos play seamlessly and, not choppy, and it would have to dramatically increase because video holds a lot of space, right? Especially now, most things are in high definition. Those files are big, right? But I just think that would be a dope add-on to the program to, just give it more validity, right? And give it a more, like, we call it like a warm and fuzzy, somebody, okay, I like Rebecca, you know what I'm saying? Like, she likes dogs. Like, in her video, she had a little, chihuahua in the back. I'm a dog guy, you kind of like one of those things, you know what I mean? It kind of gives you like another.
The chihuahua reference. I hated it. I hated the talk.
Just saying, like, because again, right, we're trying to match similarities in people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Similarities, interests, right? Common goals and wants and things of that nature. And like I said, I just think video is just more of a way to just show who you are naturally, right? And like I said, I just think it carries better than, just because the monotony of, let's say 100 users, not a problem, 1,000 users, now you got 10,000. As you grow this app now, it can become overwhelming with just picture reading. You don't want this thing to be like so, monotonous that you're like, Jesus Christ. It has no life to it. It's just kind of like picture, text. You understand what I'm saying? Like, You know, you understand what I'm
I
saying?
definitely feel you.
Yeah.
It would definitely be further out on the roadmap.
Right.
I would say that. There's other priorities as far as money and developer time
Yeah,
ahead of that, but it's
absolutely.
interesting. I also would like to see the audio video calling feature first
Okay.
for that. But yeah, there's so many things. I was thinking
Wouldn't that
about
be,
a way.
wouldn't that be more though, Brownie? Audio video calling capabilities, wouldn't that from a development and cost standpoint, wouldn't that actually be more to integrate a system like that than just a standard video?
Well,
Wouldn't
that
that
would be for premium users. I should clarify.
okay?
There's going to be some features. Right
Gotcha.
now, I have a premium
Gotcha.
subscription. Shout out to those who have subscribed already.
Gotcha.
Early premium subscribers. Thank you.
Love them.
We love those.
So there are going to be some features just for you guys. I got to come up with like a name for them. But that would be one of them. Audio video calling is going to be a premium feature, by the way. So yeah, just throwing that out there.
I was just thought of something like the Foxy. I'm looking at Hunter, something with Hunter. I got you. We're gonna come up with some shit.
Okay.
But with the app though? Because actually, what was some of the biggest obstacles like before building the app, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, has any like bugs development, like anything happened? Like, how did you deal with that shit, right? What was one of the biggest challenges? Like, keep just maintaining the app.
Oh my God, so many bugs. There's always something.
Yeah.
Google Play took the app down. When was this? Because the app was actually live for a while, but I wasn't promoting it. No one knew about it, etc. Intentionally. But it was in the App Store. It was in Google Play. Google Play took the app down because of the block report feature. At the time, you could only block and report the user, and you couldn't block or report a photo. Not something that I necessarily thought about, I guess, or maybe I told them to build it and they didn't build it. I don't know. They took the app down, y'all. I was straight up panic mode. Like, this has to be fixed right. And mind you, they're over in like Indonesia somewhere, like time zone crazy. I'm blowing them up on WhatsApp. Needless to say, we got it fixed. But that was one of those moments where I was just freaking out. It's just, yeah.
But shit, that information.
They're always emailing me, okay, we have these requirements and you have to be in compliance by this date. And, I get hundreds of emails, but you have to stay on top of those because they will tell you need to build this in by this date or you're going to be taken down or it's going to be flagged. And then so it's a lot. And then with the App Store, it's the same thing. The App Store is actually even more strict.
Is there a way for you to release your app independently without going through the stores?
It would have to be a mobile web app. Like if you ever, right. You ever like gone into a website and you're able to have it like their homepage saved on your phone, but you didn't actually download anything.
Yeah.
It would have to be that.
Damn, that's a terrible user experience. So you have to fucking go through the rules and regulations of what these fucking app stores are doing. It's a monopoly.
But I don't think it's a terrible user experience because we're talking about utilizing the platform that's already built. So we're talking about the user experience, the trust factor. If it's in the App Store, they believe it's real. It's a real app.
Credibility.
The credibility of it, right? If it's in the Google Play Store, they know that Google not going to allow just any other thing. So I think you benefit more from being on these platforms because it gives you the credibility and people to say, okay, this is real. It's not a scam app, right? It's not this, it's not. So I think you benefit more.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm saying, what if Brownie comes in and already had that credibility? She has 1,000 people that like her, and guess what? Know her platform, trust in her, right? I should be able to monetize how I want off of that if I'm bringing my own users. I shouldn't have to go through their system.
But you're still monetizing how you want.
But you're going direct to consumer. It's a bigger pie. That's it. You already know it's a bigger pie.
How is it a bigger pie? Is the app free to download?
Yes.
You could charge. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Something like that. You could charge and monetize off the app right then and there without having gone through the App Store. Now you come through, experience this, you do this, you set a date. You could price it out however you want without going through the regulations. That's all I'm trying to say. There's a way to go through.
And people do.
Is there a pricing? But I don't think there's pricing. I don't know. Does Apple?
I don't know.
Okay, so and look, maybe people don't know this. That's a
good conversation. That's what I'm saying. Right?
Does the App Store or the Google Play Store charge you once you start offering a premium service where now you charge for the app? Do they now take a percentage from it versus if it's a free app? I don't know. Do they do that?
Yes, so they charge anyway, just a developer fee.
Oh,
It's like an annual fee.
okay.
And
For housing,
then
for housing and hosting. Got you.
right.
Okay.
And then I already have the premium subscription that's up, and they get a cut of that also.
There you go, Cuzzo.
Yeah.
So you're right.
Yeah.
And there are some websites that don't have mobile apps. Like you can't find them in the App Store. You can't find them in Google Play. You only have the option of going onto their website and creating an account and then like having their homepage like on their phone, like as a saved bookmark. There's some dating sites that are doing that.
But that is just, it's so out of the norm of the
It
usual
is,
normal experience that most people aren't unless they absolutely love you, right? So that's
really like
gift and the
older
curse.
folks, I would say. There's some like I don't want to call out the wrong app that may not be doing that, but some of the sites that cater towards older people will do that because an older person might know how to go online and create an account on a website, but they won't know how to download an app or really understand how to use it type of thing. So for my user base, I had to be in the App Store and in Google Play. It is what folks expect.
Yeah.
I got a dope question too. Because I'm a big app guy, compatibility, right? Let's say I have an Apple, boom, but I also have an Android, right? Compatibility, right? If I download it on the Apple, because this happens to people all the time. If I download it on Apple and I break my phone or I lose my phone, and now I download it on my Google phone or I get a new phone, is all my user data now linked? All I have to do is like re-download and sign in, and can I kind of like pick right back up, or is that set in? Because I know a lot of apps, unfortunately, like if you delete the app, it deletes all your data. If you re-download the app because of for any reason, you actually have to start all over. So does your platform provide that type of protection?
Yeah, you're able to log back in. It's just based on your phone number. You can log in from a desktop, Android phone, an iPhone, whatever the case. Just use that same phone number and password to be able to log in.
Because that's very important, because people get their phone stolen on the regular, they damage their phone on the regular, and going through that process again would kind of be very frustrating. You know what I mean? I gotta do this, create this shit all over again. Like it could be very.
No, that's terrible. I didn't even realize that was
it
going on.
So what a lot of apps do, right? Especially the apps that like a gaming app and stuff like that, because we're big gamers. What they'll say is like, do you want to link your profile to your Google account? Like your email, right? Or your Facebook account. That way, if you want to, like I said, like, so if I download the app, let's say I got the app on Apple. Now I download the app on Android. I can create a new account, but once I put in my phone number and email, it'll say, hey, we found another account matching this email. Do you want to load this account instead of just creating a new one? And then you have the option of saying like yes or no. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just based on your phone number. It's nothing too complex in that regard. And I don't have like the Facebook login option. I didn't want that. And I don't have the Google login option. That's something else I didn't want.
Technically, since I have two phones, I can have two different accounts. Oh, there's the balloons celebrating. You see, we celebrating you, Brownie. We celebrate.
Thank you.
Because I have two phones, then technically, because I have two different numbers, I could have two different accounts.
Yeah, I do. I have two different phone numbers. I have two different accounts just on my one phone as well. I have one account that's as a male, and it says test user. I'm not scared.
Wait.
Yeah, I have one as a male and I have one as a female, so I can see both sides and the different male and female profiles. Okay. It says right up front that it's an admin account. So.
Oh, okay.
I got a good question for you too. Are you a user of the app?
No, I have a boyfriend.
Okay.
I'm out the game.
Gotcha. Because I remember you earlier, you was like, that's why the reason why you did it was difficult during the pandemic and stuff like that. So I was just curious if you use it, if you're a success story, that's fucking fire.
But just in case,
I met him on the app.
Things don't work out, you need to get back out there. Then would you use your own app?
Of course, I have to say I would.
That politically correct answer, of course. Anything else?
Realistically,
damn train going to Bumble.
I wouldn't use someone else's.
Going in 4 minutes.
I was going to go back to online dating. Of course, I would use my own. Yeah.
So now I have, now I got to ask the question. Since you have a boyfriend now, how did you meet your boyfriend? Did you meet him through an online dating app, or did you meet him organically with just, going to different events and things of that nature? How did you meet your current significant other?
I was introduced through my cousin. So very old school.
Oh, referrals
Family
always
intro.
Referrals are always nice.
I love a referral.
Steve
Yeah.
Mass.
I love a referral.
Steve
Good
Mass.
assist man. I'm assist man.
Put it right by the rim for you.
Yeah. I was really just kind of jaded by the apps, actually. I was only keeping some of the apps just to get like ideas. Like, let me just see what they're doing. Oh, what kind of font did they use? Just like different things like that. Really was the only reason I still even had like one app left on my phone. And I just wasn't using it. I was just going in real life in person, especially, you know, it was summertime. I'm out there. I was out there. So I just
outside. She outside.
I was outside. And it worked. Got him.
I like it. I like it. Sniper gang.
Sniper gang.
I fucking love the realness.
Yeah.
I love the realness. But what advice would you give? So we talked to a lot of women that are entrepreneurs, CMOs, CEOs, stuff like that. A common theme, right? We spoke to some married, some who are single. A lot of ones that are single, they find it incredibly difficult to find somebody that's compatible where they are in their career, right?
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to women that are entrepreneurs and how to balance the fucking ebbs and flow of business and life be lifing and all that other shit with your relationship?
Great question. Because there's a balance there.
You got to be the right person, the right mind, all that.
So a couple different things that you like brought out there. One is like meeting someone who kind of understands that hustle and is not a 9-to-5 type of job when you are an entrepreneur. And then also balancing your relationship with your career. So on the first point, someone who understands, someone who's like-minded, I would say put yourself in those spaces, in those networking groups, those type of events where it's going to be folks who are at a certain level in their career. For example, when I was single, I would go to a lot of the Black Wall Street events. They're mixers and things like that they have. Folks are mostly all in finance. Most have a certain level as far as education and whatnot. A lot of them have other businesses on the side in addition to their day job. So they get it. You know, you do the 9-to-5 grind and you got your 5 to 9 or whatever the case, all night type of grind, traveling and clients and etc. So they get it. Even someone who is not an entrepreneur but has a very demanding job, they get it. Those last minute cancellations, those you're on a date and you have to step out for a call. I mean, I've had to do that.
Emails, all that,
all of that. Some folks, and I'm not just saying you have to be with someone who has doing the same thing that you're doing. There's folks in other professions that might get it as well. And there's some folks who are going to be like, I don't want this. I want a different type of relationship. But for me, I found that just cutting through easier. I tried to find folks who were kind of like-minded as far as their grind, their hustle, their ambition. As far as the relationship side, know what's important for your partner. This is my advice to women specifically. So if you have a partner that does expect y'all to have some Thursday night date or something, for example, carve out that time. If you can block off meetings, if it's not incredibly urgent, important, just do that. You know, take that time so they feel, you know, you're not on your phone during the day. Take that time because it's important to them. My man is very much about food. Very, very much about food, as I'm sure most men are.
I'm a foodie. I'm
Damn right.
I mean,
I'm hungry now. Shit.
You know what they say? Man, that's the way to a man's soul, man. You feed a motherfucker good. Shit. I love you, Cookie. I love you, baby. You feed me? Yeah, man.
That's most people, right? That's most men. So I make sure, just specifically, there is dinner. There is never a time you're going to come home and have to wonder, what am I going to eat? Like that just ignites you. I've been working. There's days where I'm not home, where I had to, you know, go into the city or do whatever the case. But guess what? When you come home, there's going to be food there. I'm letting you know, just heat it up, do this, do that. And it's, you know, pop it in the microwave, whatever the case.
Right.
So know what's important to your partner, especially I'm speaking to the ladies. Men in general are simple when it comes to these things.
Very simple.
Just give me some peace of mind, give me some affection. Like, it's very simple. So if you just know what you want and just give them that, and you'll have a weekend to work on your whatever the case is.
My fault. You was preaching.
No, give me
she's preaching. No, my fault. I wanted to give you the beat. You was motherfucking preaching.
Hold on. Let me get my shoulders bumping. I like where she going.
And I said, you need to know what your man wants.
Yes,
You gotta be happy.
Yes,
You
sir.
want a happy
Yes,
man
sir.
and a happy life.
I love it. I absolutely
From
love
preaching.
it. That's a fact, man. And you know, damn, I'm about to say some shit. I forgot.
God damn, I'm ready to shoot a text Amiga right now. Like, baby, you do it. I love you.
Damn, I had a really good. Oh, so Jarrett, I don't know if you caught it. You know, we're live, Brownie, and we don't edit nothing out. But I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? You said Black Wall Street, and you know we used to deal with Black Wall Street, and
Hated it.
you know what I'm saying we had a situation with them, but we ain't gonna edit it out. We gonna let you say that. But you know, Black Wall Street, you know what you did, and you know.
Oh, we don't play that.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to them,
Black
man.
Wall Street, you know what it is, man.
Uh-oh.
Black Wall Street, you know
Where's
what
the
it
popcorn? I
You
need
know
popcorn
it.
now. What
You
happened?
know what it is, Black Wall Street. You know we keep it 100 on this motherfucking show. We unfiltered. Black Wall Street. We're not gonna edit that out, but you know what you did. You know what you did, and eventually
The drama
you
of
gonna
it.
have to answer for that.
The drama of it. Popcorn.
He jumps off the ledge. I'm trying to get sponsors.
Listen, we jumping off the ledge. We keep it real. If a sponsor can't respect the fact,
no, let them know, nigga. You want to work with us? It requires a bag. Shout out to y'all. Keep doing what y'all want to do. If you want to work with us, it's gonna require a bag. Simple as that.
But I want to rephrase that. If you want to work with us, be honest about what you want before you waste our time 2, 3, 4 meetings in.
That's all.
That's the message we want to send. Be upfront. Let's have the initial conversation and let's not waste each other's time. And don't waste 2, 3, 4, hour-long conversations to then try to intern us. What? What are you
Okay.
talking about? Like what? You get one of these for that.
Hell no. No.
Oh no.
What are you talking
Yeah, that's
about?
wild.
Like, yeah, that's crazy. Yo, it was nasty.
Okay.
3 strategy calls and
All right.
It just
Well, I will say if you're looking for a date though, ladies, hit up one of those.
I mean, again, we'll get that information because we did a show yesterday and we had one of my good friends, he's a coach, a relationship coach. And right now his number is 30. He's helped 30 people successfully get married. And to my understanding, these 30 people that he's helped get married, to my understanding, are still married. So you know what I mean? So he's a relationship coach. And we had that conversation again about putting yourself out there, being your authentic self, right? Getting away from your comfort zone to try to meet. If you don't like what's around you and you keep getting the same mix of people, then you got to go outside of what you're comfortable in, be uncomfortable, inserting yourself in different spaces, right? And also be comfortable with, if you don't want to change, understand that if somebody's going to accept you and you're saying, I'm solidified, take me or leave me, you're going to get that type of a person that's either going to say yay or nay, and they're not going to want to negotiate with you, right? And they can say, well, if you ain't changing, then I ain't changing. And then you have that kind of situation. You know what I mean? So I think it's very important with this whole dating thing, right? Because everybody wants love, right? And love is the foundation that we need for the Black community, Black and brown. I think it's the foundation for every community. Let me rephrase that. I think love is the foundation for any community to have a successful growth and cultivation of that community, right? Because if you don't lead with love and you don't build anything from a place of love, then everything is deceit, and then like nothing is on the level, right? Everything is just like fragile. So then the smallest little thing that happens destroys everything, in the house falls. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that putting yourself out there is very important.
Yeah.
For myself, that meant literally traveling. So, we might have a habit of going through some spots that maybe you met someone in the past or you like the vibe, whatever the case. But if that's not working, travel outside of your comfort zone. I was hopping on the train. I was taking the car out, whatever, just to taking flights, traveling by myself. Because I was willing to move.
Wait, you was flying yourself out?
Flew myself out.
Yeah, she's serious.
Myself out.
Damn.
See, but I gotta ask. I can see a motherfucker trying to holler at you on the train, the plane, the bus, the car, the cab. You feel me? So like, how do you like vet them out? Because I don't think you would have a lack of people shooting their shot.
A lack of
So many
interest.
people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You're asking what's my vetting process?
Yeah,
look,
because like I'm saying,
You know why though, Jarrett, right? Because she's a beautiful young woman. So once
Absolutely.
again, men date primarily for what?
for beauty.
Beauty. So
Absolutely.
if she carries herself a certain way that doesn't scream hood rat, right? It screams, listen, I'm a respectable woman and I look good and da-da-da. Of course you're gonna have dudes shoot their shot because
Yeah.
dudes are more
Absolutely.
likely to
Hey,
shoot
big head.
shot 99% of the time than females anyway. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? It's very few
Absolutely.
females that's gonna be sniper gang. They're more laid back. They want the guy to kind of do the work and show the
No,
interest.
but that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure people are doing that. I'm saying, you saying the dating pool was small, like, you know what I'm saying? You're going out to these different places to meet these different people. I'm pretty sure you are meeting them,
Yeah.
but you still, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring it back to where you are now. Like, it took a
Yep.
referral. So I
Yeah.
think that's interesting. You know what I'm saying? That took the
Yeah.
referral to get to where you are now, and you was flying your places, flying out places and trying to meet people intentionally. Like,
Yeah.
that's
For
real.
me, I'm not attracted to most people. And I learned that about myself, even from
Self-awareness.
apps. So I even counted. I was on one of the dating apps. I swiped, I think it was between 150 and 200 times just off picture before I found someone I was attracted to. So I didn't even read the bio. I didn't even scroll down, see how old they were, what they're looking for. Just off the picture, it was almost 200 times I swiped before I found someone I was attracted to. When I go to most events or bar lounge, whatever the case, wherever I am, there might be one person and then he's probably married, and it's just, so it's that for me, it was, I'm not attracted to most people. And that's for me why my dating pool was a bit more shrunk.
Yeah, small. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
I mean, Cuzzo, you already know, like, with her talking like that, I'm just.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
No,
Pretty sure. I thought you were gonna put the let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. Holla, holla, holla.
I gotta know now. You're not attracted to most people. What's your type? Let us know. What's your type? What does Brownie Marie look for in the attraction of the, I don't want to say beauty of a man, but
Right.
what do you look for now? Because you said you're not attracted before you can even hear him speak, smell him to see if he is a you're attracted to the physical. So what do you look for in a man to say, okay, I'm willing to even have this conversation now?
I don't like I'm speaking in general now.
Okay.
I don't really like a baby face.
Okay.
I like some type of beard, some type of facial hair. I like an older man. As I said, this is the whole premise, right, of me being on the program and having Fox Hunters Club. I like an older man. So I like some salt and pepper, or he could be all gray. That'd be fine. I like some weight. I don't like a lanky dude. I'd rather a dude be, and I've dated like overweight, obese, even men. I'd rather have that than like,
damn. Yeah. You made it smoke?
All the skinny brothers. All the lanky brothers.
Friday, why you do that, Smokey? What's his name? Andre Faison. What was his character name?
Faison?
What was his character name?
Big Worm.
Big Worm. You dated Big
Worm.
Worm?
I said Pinky.
Big Worm? You dated Big Worms? Big Worms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I dated someone that big.
Okay.
Dated someone that big. I don't mind
it. Smokey over there.
You know what it is? Because, it's interesting. I really want to know because, like, I got to hear this. So weight doesn't matter then. Being in shape doesn't matter?
I don't like sloppy, and I would hate to like name drop and like body shame someone, but there's folks who are sloppy. The weight kind of hangs on them.
Okay.
That to me is different than someone like, let's say I can look at someone and they're like 40s or 50s, and I know they used to play football. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like solid, but now like they're heavier. They don't work out anymore. They got that midsection, that the men where the weight kind of collects right there.
Right,
I'm cool with that, but he's still like solid, if that makes sense. Like you can grab his arm, his bicep is like firm, and like the shoulders and chest. Yeah. But he's heavy now. He's overweight. He's older. So that's what I mean. So
dope.
So not sloppy.
So beard. Okay, so beard.
Facial hair, some salt and pepper.
What about a height requirement? Do you have like a specific height requirement that you like?
Luckily, I'm short. Right. I'm only 5'2".
Right.
So I've never had that thing where a guy has to be 6 feet. I never had that. Most
I mean,
men are
technically,
taller
almost
than me.
everybody's taller than you. So
I did date one guy. I went on one date with a man who was shorter than me. He was 5 feet. And I
Right.
said, no, I finally can say height does matter. You have to.
Yo, shout out to all our short listeners. I'm sorry, man.
Now, all the football brothers are gonna be like,
Did you miss me?
all the football brothers.
Listen, but here's a tidbit for you guys. If a person is worried about height and you know that you come up a little short, get you some Timbs. Tim. I knew he was going to
I'm
do
sorry.
it.
I hated that. I hated that. You didn't have to do the visual. I absolutely am appalled.
I knew he wasn't going to like the tone of that.
Brownie, I'm appalled.
Appalled. The gall.
Yeah, the gall of this guy.
No, I knew he was going to get you on that. God damn it.
Yeah.
I had to get him.
It was the tone.
It gets YouTube going.
Tim's will give you a couple inches.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta give you. No, that's not good. I was gonna give you one too, but fuck it. Because YouTube loves those, Brownie. Come on.
I was just saying, okay, so you're open. You're open. So what it's sounding like to me is you look for like that initial spark, right? You don't primarily have a type. You just kind of look for that initial spark where you look at someone and be like, oh,
exactly.
Kind of like that, right? Is that what I'm getting?
Exact. Nice teeth, nice skin.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, those are kind of the more like generic things. I think most people prefer nice teeth and nice.
What about ethnicity? Do you have an ethnic preference of
black? I dated other races.
Cuzzo, you want it? Cuzzo,
you got a clip?
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than.
You get the fist for that.
I've dated other races, but black men are my preference. Have always been my preference.
There it is. I like that. You know,
I know we coming up too. I want to talk about. Let's dial it back too, because we talked a lot about the app and where you are now and where you're ascending. Right. Let's talk about the Media in the Hood platform. Let's talk about like some of the people that you've interviewed, stuff like that. Let's talk about your media background. Let's get to that.
God, that was a minute ago. Media in the Hood was this blog site I started in Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland, by the way.
Okay. Yeah.
So I had
after the land.
Yeah.
So in Cleveland.
My friend and I started this blog site, and it was just kind of opinions with gossip and repeating other stuff that was on other news sites.
Like a media takeout.
Yes. Okay. Yes, very much so. But I was excited by it. I realized I could actually write and that it was something I enjoyed. And then I ended up starting my own site, dolohustle.com. And I had this whole like entertainment, Dolo Hustle ENT, and I had an artist that I was managing, and I was doing all these indie shows and interviews. And then I interviewed, remember when 2 Chainz was Titty Boy back in the day?
Yeah.
It was back then.
That's when he was probably still part of the group, you know?
Player Circle.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I interviewed Player Circle, and that was like the first celebrity that I interviewed. And then from there, I started writing for examiner.com. They're no longer, none of these sites exist anymore. Yeah.
Because the Examiner was like a blog, one of them, like, what do you call that? Like Scandal, the Examiner, right? Wasn't like Scandal, right?
No, this wasn't. This was like a major media site.
Yeah. This was in the stores and all, like the Examiner, where it's like, oh, Kim Kardashian does this.
No, it wasn't a tabloid.
Tabloid. That's the word I'm looking for. Tabloid. Okay.
Yeah, they shut down. I don't know, maybe 8 years ago now, something like that. But they had like 50 million users a month, and that writing for them opened up so many doors for me. And I was still in Cleveland. Right. Opened up so many doors. I had Sony hit me up, like, we want you to come to the Scream tour and interview. I think it was like Jacob Lattimore, whatever, like young artists were with them. And I was like, I thought it was a bot, right? Someone trying to scam me. And it was actually Sony. And that's when I was like, whoa. And then I moved to New York, and the rest is history. I saw that this could really be something, and I was good at it and I enjoyed it. But that opened the doors for me to meet so many publicists. photographers, videographers, podcasters, everything that I've done in New York since I moved up here, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago now, was really from Examiner, from those early days, just starting off as blogging. So if there's something you're passionate about,
50 million
stick with
users
it.
a month. It's crazy.
That's a lot.
That's insane. That's beyond heavy traffic. That's serious traffic.
Yeah.
Money. You already know.
I could just drop that. You know, I could just show up at an event like I write for Examiner. They're opening the door, like cutting through like the line, just everything. It opened up so many doors for me. And I've written for a lot of folks since CBS and Newser and Hot New Hip Hop and, you know, a lot of different sites, but kept getting laid off. So decided to just start my own. So Life Entertainment News came out in pandemic, and I interview who I want to interview. I cover what I feel like covering. If I don't feel like writing, I don't have to. But it's nice to still have that press credential. There's certain things that I still, you know, utilize that press credential for.
Fire.
Yeah. It's been a life. I've had a good life.
No, you ain't lying.
And I ain't done.
I got a background question for you because I've heard you speak about being an entrepreneur multiple times, like almost like this thing is instinctual within you, right? Yeah. But so can we just backtrack a little bit? I didn't hear you speak about like your parents and things of that nature. If you don't mind giving us, because we always talk about like where did that instinctual or that entrepreneurial spirit come from? Were your parents entrepreneurs? Like, did you see? Are you a first generation entrepreneur or second generation? Like, did you see that growing up under your parents or in your household, or was that something you just developed now? Like, where did that come from?
Yeah, all throughout my family, entrepreneurs, but also held it down with the day jobs. Like both my parents worked for the state, had like those 30-year, you know, type of careers with pensions and whatnot, but also had their own stuff going on the side, stuff they were actually like passionate. They both loved their jobs, but they had passions outside of work and just working hard. I know that they also were in a lot of organizations, like board level memberships in organizations.
Yeah.
So that's something that was kind of instilled in me as far as that giving back and reaching out, also keeping that network around. So I think those, just looking back, which I probably haven't reflected on that as much as I should have. And I'm glad that you asked this question. A lot of that definitely shaped who I am and the grind, and that is natural for me to have a 9-to-5 and have like 2 other things going on outside of that. That's totally normal. That's how I grew up.
Yeah, shit. Message. Let you know, this is what we do on More Than Title. We want to know the person behind the title, what you've been. I think you've clearly told us. I feel like we know you. You know what I'm saying? One thing I would say, motherfucking hustler. Yeah, you're a hustler.
I got a couple more questions for it.
You know what I'm saying? I just say I commend it. You know what I'm saying? It's a reoccurring, the hustle, man. The betting on yourself. I love that shit.
Yeah. I got a couple more questions if you're not in a rush, Brownie. Good. Because we also talk about giving back to the community. So now you've shown that you can be a successful young Black woman in the community. What are you doing either with yourself or through one of your companies, right, to give back now to the community via an internship, a mentorship, or something like that to help younger men and women that aspire to be successful and learn about or into the field that you're in to come up? What are you doing to kind of give that kind of information back?
Yep. So I do have a mentee. She's actually in Africa. She's interested in tech and in coming to the US. She just actually finished a project, shouts out to her, where she's seeing what it takes to be an entrepreneur, how to write a business plan, how to put together a deck, all of that information. So that really excites me. So that's my mentee. I would like to do more of that in the future as far as with young folks on the community side as well. I would like to see more women in tech, so I can be a part of that voice, letting them know that it's possible, especially as a Black woman in tech. When I would go to the Women in Tech events when I was working in Manhattan and still going to this day-to-day grind in the tech industry, I would go to those events. I'd be the only Black person or one of a couple Black women there. So there's definitely events and organizations out there already that I could join and reach out that way. I don't know if in the future I would start my own kind of nonprofit with that, but I do want to see more women in tech, more women in STEM. We're always going to need that, but more Black women specifically.
or maybe like a workshop, right? Maybe if you know, and I know you're busy, right? But
Yeah.
maybe later down the line, you could develop a workshop for and because you're developing it, the curriculum can be exactly what you've experienced. So you know, like they're gonna get exactly the information because you know some of these workshops are all fucking fluff. They talk about 2 hours of bullshit and it's a 3-hour course, and then in the last 15 minutes they give you some information that's valuable. And you're like, bro, you could have skipped to that shit in the first 15 minutes. We could have walked out instead of you keeping us here for 3 hours. You know what I mean? So if you
Yeah.
develop maybe possible, like if you have time to maybe do some type of workshops through your organization, right? And it doesn't have to be a nonprofit, but do some workshops where you allow a certain amount of people to sign up, come through, and you can kind of give out that free game to them. Or I
Create a
don't know,
course.
huh?
Create a
Or
course.
create a course.
Create a course.
Create a
Like
course.
app development is
Or
something that's really big, right? There's not enough people, especially Black people in tech, right? So how do we solve that problem? By giving back the information. What is the one issue I think a lot of Black people think is the barrier to entry? Like you said, 10K. I would have thought you would have 10x that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I she just said 100 too.
Probably
You
at
know
the
what
end
I'm
of the
saying?
day, it will be, but that's the entry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but even knowing that, right? Like somebody already priced themselves out the game, not knowing
Right.
that information, right? So with that being said, creating that course and giving that information out, right? And you could also do that, like provide those resources to people that are on your app, right? So now if you're a young woman that's trying to get in business, right? What do you want to do? Like these are resources for you to build your business. This is resources for when you do find that right guy. You are so well aware, and you know you build it on yourself. You got your business right, you got your stuff right, but you're actually
Mhm.
providing value as well. I think that's really dope, especially from the
Mm.
woman's side. That would be fire.
Yeah, as I talk about those in-person events, that can be a big part of it.
But even
Mhm.
digitally is how you scale them, right? Because you can only be
Right,
so many
true.
places at one time, Brownie, right? Your energy,
Sure.
you know, life be life and all that other stuff. But why not
Yep.
just have the information out there and let it do the talking and the walking for you? Like that could be really
Yeah.
dope.
So one company that's really good at this is Bumble.
Yeah,
And shouts out to Bumble being like female founded,
yeah,
female led, even though like I think Whitney stepped down, but there's another like female CEO. Shouts out to them.
yeah.
They have done a lot and put a lot of models in place, not just for dating app industry folk, but in general, where they, you know, it's female led. Obviously, the women are the ones that have to message you first, I believe, like on Bumble. They've actually changed that recently. So
Yeah.
they give you prompts and now the man can message because they want more folks interacting. But anyway, they had the whole Bumble and business, and it was basically like friendships and networking and courses and mentoring. They were giving out money and grants, etc., all for female entrepreneurs. And
There
it
you
was a
go.
whole nother side that had really nothing to do with the dating app, but just with that kind of just the brand connection with Bumble empowering women. I love what they're doing. I would definitely
Brilliant.
be borrowing some ideas from over there because what they did, I mean, they really opened the door up to have a community, which I haven't seen a site honestly do that well other than Bumble
No,
as far as a dating site.
no, Bumble's team. I used to work with their marketing team. I used to help them with the social media stuff, right? So one thing I remember, never forget. Actually, it's a clip on YouTube about this shit. So we were talking about social media. They're like, "Yo, da da da. We want to get better. We don't know what we're doing wrong." I'm like, "Yo, look. What is fucking rated on Netflix right now? What is the top rated movie on Netflix right now? The Tinder Swindler at the time, right? So I'm like, why are you guys not playing to that, right? You guys are not like Tinder. What are the ways you could create content to kind of debunk that, right? What are the positive experiences that people experience in your app? All those other things that kind of feed into that shit. We started creating a campaign. Long story short, something happened. But Bumble, shout out to y'all. They
Nice.
got a brilliant team.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
shouts out to you.
And this is what we do, Brownie. This is what we do. Shout out to OTB. If y'all want to get a
OTB.
course. Wait, hold on. Where's my button, nigga? Help me, nigga.
We gotta pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Fucking laughing.
I know where you can get more marketing source, branding source. You might want a cup, you might want a mug. You go to otb-digital.com. It'll take you right there through the QR code. We do this marketing thing. We work with a lot of brands, holler at us, you know what I'm saying? And Brownie, you ever need something, you know, we got you.
And listen, man, listen.
You gotta listen to him. You can learn something.
Listen to him, man. You guys will fucking learn something, man.
Come
You'll
on,
learn
man.
something. I want to put this out there, Brownie. We would love to come to your launch party, even if we don't
Absolutely.
cover it. If we could work out some way where we could also cover it and get you some type of extra exposure and things of that nature.
That'd be dope.
Do like, so this is like our first interview, right? Maybe we could do like a recap and then listen to the launch party and kind of cover it and do like a live stream from there to kind of help you get the more coverage on it because it's live, and then kind of live stream. Like we could do something like that. We would love to do that. But even if we don't, we would love to come and
Just
support
support.
you, man. Yeah,
Facts.
just
Thank
support you.
you.
You know, I would love to step in the room and see what this Fox Hunters Club is. Let me see something. Let me see who looking for something.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker hunter. Hey, lucky you're not on my team right now. I'm chilling right now. I'm focused on my business, my spirituality.
Amen.
You owe me.
Coming in with the scope. Like, what's the scope for? It's a sniper game. Be careful.
You shitting me? I saw
Look
over
at
there
the sights.
9 o'clock.
Gang.
No, absolutely, man. I you know, I think it's so, once again, I think it's just so important that we show these type of stories. For our culture, again, we're so hard-headed, man. If we don't see it, if we don't hear it repeatedly, we almost make it seem like it's not possible. And so we need to hear stories like yours that says, listen, this is possible, right? And it can be fruitful for you, right? But one major thing that you kept saying that we have to touch on before we get out of here is you said, I went to conferences and I did this and I did that, which means you educated yourself first. You did your homework first, right? Message. Made sure that you studied and you took your time to develop this product before you brought it to market. Because once again, with our society, we're so fiend out. That's the best word. So fiend out for success, so fiend out to be rich that sometimes you cut all of these corners and you bring a subpar product to market. And then you wonder why you don't get the support. Because your product is subpar, plain and simple. You didn't do the research on it. You didn't do the homework on it. You didn't educate yourself on how to bring a quality product to the market. So you bring a subpar product to market and then you overprice the sub. You know what I'm saying? And then you wonder why it fizzles out and nobody supports you. So I just wanted to touch on that. Education, people, is so important, whether through school, conferences, right? Read a book, go online, right? Take a course, right? YouTube, anything to help you get some type of knowledge to further your understanding of what you want to do always will benefit you later in the longer run. It won't hurt you at all.
That's a fact, though.
Yeah.
That's a fact. I love this episode. This is fire.
Yeah,
This is fire. Queen, like we're proud of you. I'm glad you came on the show. We're honored to have you on. Queen,
Absolutely.
please let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna reach out. I promise you.
Yes. So foxhuntersclub.com. If you remember one thing, foxhuntersclub.com, because from there you can see the links to the App Store, the Google Play Store, the social media links are all on there, foxhuntersclub.com. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Fox Hunters Club, and Brownie Marie on Instagram. Feel free to drop me a line. Feel free to follow. I follow back.
There you go.
I'm
There you
definitely
go. Leave it on the screen.
And all that too. And also, what we like to do, Brownie, is we would like to now welcome you to the More Than the Title family.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Episode 115, which means you have, and it's not 114 because we had that one that did that dumb shit and canceled out. But you have 113. Motherfucker. You have 113 other guests that came on prior. That come from all walks of life, that you are now a part of that family. And we don't gatekeep. What we like to do is connect like-minded individuals and hopefully further something that you're doing. So now you have access. If you've ever seen anybody on our show, if you go back and look at our show and you look at a guest previously that was on the show that you might want to connect with, what we want you to do is, if you could put your number into the private chat, we always create a group chat between us and the guests, so that way we can communicate directly for future events, because we don't believe in having one-off conversations. This is our first conversation, but we want to build with you, right? And see how we can help you grow. But if you ever need something from us, or if we find somebody that might be in line with you, that way we can connect you guys. And then once we make the connection, we step away, right? So if you see somebody say, hey, I would love to meet this person, I would love to connect with them, we'll get your email, we'll connect you, we'll set up a conference call. Once you guys meet, we exit out, and then you guys develop your relationship, because we don't believe in gatekeeping, right?
I think right off the bat, Chad Scott, the relationship coach, right? It'd be dope to get you guys together, right? Because what if there's a young woman that wants to be like, hey, before I take this seriously, what do you think I should work on myself? And you guys can do a program or something like that. That'd be really dope.
Yeah, he followed me. I followed him back.
He already followed you?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, you see?
After the pro. There you go.
Oh, that's my guy. But also, what was the guest we had on? What's her name? I forgot. That also has the information about VC capitalists and things of that nature. And I understand she's not, taking equity right now, but that, maybe we can help get her somebody.
No, we didn't get her on yet, but we about to have Arlen Hamilton. She's one of the biggest black
but
VC.
we had somebody else on that had access to some venture capitalists. I forget her name. What was it? Angela?
Shit, I don't know that we need to spin the block. I don't know. We need some shit. We need.
But
We gotta pay some bills. We'll be right.
That's real.
Brownie, before we go, can you put your number in the private chat?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
we start the group chat.
So we can start the group chat. But yeah, welcome to the Morning the Title family. Like I said, and moving forward, any event that you would like, for us to show up to, we would love to support you moving forward. And man, I love this interview, man. This was dope.
This is fire.
Thank you so much. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Queen. We already know next week, y'all. We got Aiden Romero next week. We got a special episode for the 16th. You know what I'm saying? And we got a lot. We got Suan Tanner. She's actually the global communications manager at the United Nations, right? Black Queen coming through the pop up on us. We got another June. I don't even want to surprise it, but June is gonna be crazy, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah,
June is gonna be crazy. But we got a lot of big guests coming through. We definitely already confirmed. We about to get Malik Yoba on soon. We about to get a couple of people. We might be streaming tomorrow at this premiere. We might be with Leon and the team out there in New York City. So we're gonna be everywhere. We everywhere, man. They never there.
Dave,
They never there.
Yeah, Dave just hit me up. We gotta send an email. So shout out to Dave. Like, perfect example. Like, we just had a guest on the other day, and again, connecting people and stuff like that. Like, this is what it's all about, people, right?
Bro, man.
And if we once again, I'm gonna keep pumping this message because our community, we just ignorant, right? We got to keep hearing it. If we do not support each other, then we have absolutely no business asking anybody else for help or support. It starts with us. So remember that, right? And that's why we keep doing what we're doing on the show. And also, Brownie, we're doing a lot of in-person events, and we go to a lot of events that we're going to invite you to, because a lot of the events are networking events, tech events, and stuff like that. So we'll send you the invite to that maybe you would decide to come to it, get you some extra information that might help you build your brand further. So that's what we do in this show, man. It's all about the growth, man. Impact over metrics, man. This was a great show. I loved it. I'm mad I didn't get the popcorn, though. I could have got some popcorn for the show. But I'm
too early to get my sip on, too.
I'm saying I'm leaving in 2 weeks, man. I'm trying to look right in Jamaica, man, like the Black Hulk, man. Stop playing with me, man. I got my accent right. You done know.
You already know that. No, we out of here, y'all. More than the title, y'all. We see y'all next week, yo.
What you know about me? Seen it all, heard it all. Oh, what you know about me? I done it all, just one.